Danny Green is his name, and he was 15 when he was told by Charlton he wouldn't make the grade. Today he's back at the Valley, having signed from Dagenham and Redbridge last summer. The Addicks are going very nicely, so it seemed like the perfect time to send Chris Slegg along to see him play, until the weather had its way.
It's a Charlton match day without a match. We were supposed to be at a home game with Danny Green and his family. Instead, we're at home with Danny Green and his family. Hi, Danny.
Chris, how you doing? Come in.
Thanks for having us.
How you doing?
How frustrating is it for a player when you don't get the chance to play?
I think for any footballer, you just want to play on Saturday. You have all the week from Monday to Friday, and you just want to play on the Saturday. So to get called off is really disappointing.
What's he like when he comes home if Charlton haven't done well, if he hasn't played well? Is he in a bad mood for a long time?
Nightmare.
Yeah. No,
Things just go quiet. We just get on with our business and just do our stuff, and he does his stuff, and we don't talk about it, do we?
Yeah. I mean, we think we're like football pundits. We analyse everything after a match. We turn into like match of the day kind of thing.
Yeah.
We'll sit up in the players' lounge and just like discuss what could have happened there, what could have happened here.
Yeah. How does Dan respond to that? If you're always having a say and always giving your feedback?
He gives us some feedback.
So Danny, this is the first time you signed for Charlton.
Yeah.
Memories of that day?
That was a good day. That was when I think I was about 10. Different colour hair back then, and I've still got that shirt as well upstairs. But it was a happy day that was.
What's been your favourite moment watching Danny over the years?
Wembley goal.
Headed away up there and comes out to Green.
I could have cried with joy.
Edge of the Rotherham penalty area. Green with the drive! Oh, what a strike that is from the 21-year-old. Plucked from non-league football by John Still.
So proud. Proudest moment that was.
Dagenham and Redbridge are 2010 playoff winners in League Two.
What's it like for you to be back at Charlton, maybe proving some of the doubters wrong?
I always thought hopefully I'd get to play for their first team, but unfortunately it weren't possible, and I got released when I was 15, so that was really disappointing. But yeah, worked hard, went to Dagenham. John Still was brilliant for me, he did brilliant, and got my move to Charlton, and I'm delighted to be there.
And what do you make of Chris Powell, your new manager? What are his outstanding qualities?
He's a great manager. You can speak to him about anything, but when you know it's Saturday and when you know the game's about to kick off, it's business, and you've got to do well for him.
What do you do on a match day when there's no match?
Watch football. That's all I can do, really. Sheffield Wednesday just scored. Jermaine Johnson.
One of your rivals.
Yeah, so 1-1 was a good result for us if Yeovil can hold out.
Well, goal at the Gow Farm. Huddersfield have let one in.
Yep, Stephen Gleeson. That's good for us. I mean, if that stays a draw as well, that's ideal.
Raider Johnson has scored for Sheffield Wednesday. They were a goal down to Yeovil a year since Gary Megson took over at Hillsborough. That could be the perfect present for him.
Raider Johnson. I bet that's they pumped it forward.
This is final score on BBC Two. Mike West has the classifieds.
Huddersfield Town 1, Milton Keynes Dons 1. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Yeovil Town 1.
Dan, looking at that first weekend of February, top of the table, is there anything that can stop Charlton now?
I don't think so. I think if you look at the table, we're looking really good. I mean, 33 plus goal difference as well, and we've got 64 points on the board. Yeah, it's up to the other teams to make up that gap. Yeah, it's looking really good. Looking really good.
Danny Green enjoying life at Charlton at the moment. And there must be so many players over the years, I don't know whether it happened to you, who are told they're not going to make it, they're not good enough, and they go away and they disappear. But then he's one of those who's gone away and he's fought his way back into actually the club that let him go in the first place.
It didn't actually happen to me, thank you. But I do know. You know, we're certainly working down the low, and you do see a lot of players. You know, they have that little early spurt, don't quite make it, go into the non-league, and then they work their way back into the league. And you know, credit to them for doing that. Does
it need to be the right sort of character to do that? Do you need that correct mentality in a way? Because if you're a precious player, then you can disappear.
I think you need to believe in yourself. And I think during my time, probably Sanchez's time, there was a lot of players came from non-league into the league, and a lot of players dropped out and came back, and some don't. But Danny Green obviously got his chance at Dagenham and Redbridge, and praises John Still for that, and scored 12 goals last season for Dagenham. He was suspended at the start of this season for Charlton, but has gradually got himself in the team, and he's been sort of integral to their success so far. He's got great delivery, full of energy, and they're really pleased with him from what I hear. It's
hard not to eulogise about Charlton, isn't it? If we look, we've got on the screen here, in terms of the history of the club, since 2004, every single year, Laurie, it's been a drop. They've dropped down. Maybe this is the year they start to climb back up again.
Well, this all started when Curbs, and I remember playing there when Curbs was manager, and the fans then thought they were, finished middle of the table and they were booing. They thought mid-table mediocrity in the Premier League. I mean, as I say, you now realise what a great time that was under Curbs, and as the descent has been continual. I mean, Brighty will know more than I do about the club, but
yeah. Well, Ian Dowie came in, didn't he? Spent money. Alan Pardew, and then obviously. I mean, I left in 1999. I just want to put that out.
Nothing to do with you.
No, but listen, great times in the Premier League and mid-table mediocrity. Sometimes be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Curbs has taken us as far as he can. We need somebody else, and this is where we've ended up. But Chrissy Powell, Noel Boy's come back, and hopefully the good times are just about to return.
And no goals from the weekend, but I think footballers normally refer to this sort of strike as a worldie. This is Dale Stephens against Bury to rescue a point last Tuesday. What do you think about this one?
I mean, this was the midweek game, wasn't it? And awesome strike, really was, and especially at the Valley as well. They've a fantastic record, and just looking to progress. And they're looking at, I think they've got something like 12 clean sheets, which is fantastic for the stage of the season. Played everybody so far. I think 18 clean sheets. I think Chris Powell feels will get promotion, so they're on the way.
You were saying earlier you'd only ever hit one like that in your entire career.
It's not about me, Dan. It's not about me.
Only one, though. Well, from Charlton to another team at the other end of League One, Wycombe.